Hi, this is HearTalks. Let's talk about CVDs. Cardiovascular diseases or CVDs is a group of interrelated diseases which affects the heart and blood vessels that coexists most of the time. According to the World Health Organization or WHO, it is the leading cause of mortality globally in 2016. In the Philippines, it is the leading cause of death in 2013 according to the Department of Health or DOH, and it is consistent to be in the top 10 leading cause of death in 2018 according to the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA. Hypertension, atherosclerosis, and coronary heart disease or CHD are some of the common forms of CVDs. The exact cause of CVD isn't clear, but there are lots of risk factors that can increase your chances of having the disease. The more risk factors you have, the greater the possibility of developing CVDs. High blood pressure or hypertension is one of the most important risk factor for CVD because if blood pressure is too high, it can damage the blood vessels. Smoking and other tobacco uses pose as a risk factor for CVD as there are harmful substances in tobacco which may damage and narrow the blood vessels. Having high blood cholesterol increases the risk for developing CVD since it can cause the blood vessels to narrow and increase the risk of developing blood clot. Also included in the list of risk factors for CVD is diabetes. High blood sugar levels may negatively affect the blood vessels and make them become narrowed. Physical inactivity may increase weight as well as blood pressure and cholesterol levels, all of which are risk factors for CVD. Being overweight or obese increases the risk of developing diabetes and hypertension, both of which are risk factors of CVD. An individual has an increased risk for CVD if their BMI is greater than or equal to 25 or if he has a waist circumference of 94 centimeters, about 37 inches or more, or if she has a waist circumference of 80 centimeters, about 31.5 inches or more. Cardiovascular diseases may be inherited. If an individual has a family history of CVD, such as if their father or brother were diagnosed with CVD before 55, or if their mother or sister were diagnosed with CVD before 65, then they have an increased risk of developing it as well. CVD is common in people over 50 years of age, and the risk of developing it increases as an individual gets older. Sex, particularly the males, are said to be more likely to develop CVD at an earlier age than females. Lastly, excessive alcohol consumption may increase blood pressure and cholesterol levels and contribute to weight gain, all of which are risk factors for CVD. The World Health Organization states that a healthy lifestyle can lower the risk of CVD and that most diseases can be prevented by addressing behavioral risk factors such as tobacco and alcohol use, unhealthy diet and obesity, and physical inactivity. This ends our discussion. Now, it is time to test your learning. Access our online quiz by clicking the link provided on the description box below. Thank you for being with us today. In the next episodes, we will be talking about the common symptoms, risk factors, applicable lifestyle modifications, and specific medical nutrition therapy for some of the common forms of CVD, specifically hypertension, atherosclerosis, and coronary heart disease. Again, this is HearTalks. See you in our next episode. Goodbye!